Good evening, everyone. I'm Jerry Tudor in for Kevin McNulty and Keegan Cooper, who are down in East Lansing tonight covering the girls' high school basketball semifinals. More on that in just a little bit. We start tonight on the ice, though, out in Minnesota. The Michigan Tech Huskies on the road taking on first-ranked Bemidji State for the CCHA Mason Cup. And Bemidji would strike first in the first period. The puck behind the net for the Beavers, and they wheel it around, move it to the slot, and Casper Magnuson beats Blake Pietila for the first score of the game. 1-0 for Bemidji. But less than a minute later, Tech would answer. The Huskies get a 2-on-1 after a turnover right there at the blue line. Alex Nordstrom with the shot on net, no good, but a juicy rebound sitting there for Chase Pietila, and he buries that one. Just like that, it's 1-1. And we move on to the second period now with about 10 minutes left in that period. Another 2-on-1 for Tech. And watch that move from Rylan Mosley, and that's a wicked backhander right past Matthias Scholl. Tech is out in front 2-1. Now time running out for Bemidji in the game. They pull the goalie. Left a little pad on there. They pull the goalie, but 3-2-1, and time runs out on Bemidji. Michigan Tech Huskies win the CCHA Mason Cup final. They get an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament, 2-1, the final score in that game. Now, earlier this evening, Negaunee girls basketball battled with Detroit Edison for a spot in the Division II state final. TV6's Kevin McNulty and Keegan Cooper have all the action from East Lansing.
Thank you, Jerry. An incredible season for the Negaunee Miners just to get to this point, playing on the Breslin Center floor this evening. An unbelievable season, but Keegan, it does come to an end with a 17-point loss to Detroit Edison today.
It does indeed, Kevin, but the last ride for these seniors together playing on this stage, it's got to be a great feeling to get here. Ella Mason finishes her last game as a Negaunee Miner with 25 points, and she'll continue her career up at Michigan Tech next year. Exciting to see what she does.
Absolutely. Now, the Miners battled, but the Pioneers are a really good team. Let's check out the tape. Maize and blue as far as the eye could see today in East Lansing. The student section, of course, there leading the charge as Mike O'Donnell and the Miners squared off with the Detroit Edison Pioneers.
And it's the Pioneers finding the basket early as Nakia Bonner to Nabry Lane underneath for two. Edison has the early lead, but Negaunee holding their own. Callie Ryla drives and gets the bounce, and the Miners are battling.
She had a big night on Tuesday, but Edison on point with the inside passing in the first half. Isis Johnson-Musa inside the lane. She gets it to go, two more for the Pioneers. Now it's Ella Mason coming the other way for the Miners, all the way with her left, and gets that to go plus the foul. It was a 10-point deficit for Negaunee at halftime.
And if it's working, don't change it. Mason again here uses the screen, drives baseline, short one-hander falls. She had 25 big points in the game tonight. And then Mason again, somehow, some way, gets the highly contested jumper to go. She was rolling.
And once Negaunee fell behind, it felt like Ella was going blow for blow with the entire Edison squad. There she is again from three, but the Pioneers were just too much today. Their athleticism and their size really took a toll on Negaunee as they put this one out of reach late. Your final score, 63-46.
I mean, it's something I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. This was my favorite season by far that I've ever played basketball. I love these girls, and the coaches is really what's made it special. Like, obviously winning games, like, that was fun too, but just the people, I think, is the most memorable thing for me.
For our young girls to get to this point and be able to experience it, and it creates a drive to want to get back and want to be here and be in this environment.
And, well, Keegan, we touched on it, but this truly was a historic season for Negaunee. 26-2, their overall record by the end of it. They had never gotten this far in the state tournament. It was a lot of fun to watch.
It was, Kevin. We start with districts. Negaunee takes care of business. They finally get over that regional hump and win the regional final, go into the state quarterfinal, put on a great show, and then get to the Breslin Center, go up against a great team, give it their best effort, and in the end, it just wasn't the Miners' day.
And so the Miners are done rumbling, but what a season it was. Of course, we will have more from the Breslin Center tomorrow. Back to you, Jerry.
Thanks, fellas. And don't forget, tomorrow morning, Ishpeming will face Kingston for all the marbles in the D4 title game. The Hematites enter the championship with a record of 27-1. They got to practice this morning in East Lansing, and it's a quick turnaround as that one tips off at 10 a.m. tomorrow. The game will be broadcast on Bally Sports Detroit, but be sure to stay with TV6 for all the coverage throughout the day. Vinny is back with